All right. Jerry asks our first question this week. Says, I wanted to ask a two-part question. In the house that I lease with another person, we both experience issues with Apple TV. It freezes and then starts playing. It doesn't matter what you show or you're watching. He says, I'm wondering if it is because it's an older house and the Wi-Fi signal is weaker as it travels from one floor to the other. Also, I'm wondering, would a booster for the Wi-Fi help? If so, are there any reasonable ones to look into purchasing? Thanks so much, and apologize for the long question. That's not a long question. That's a perfect length question. Adam, do you have a perfect length answer?
Probably a too long answer. I have lots of thoughts and ideas on this. I mean, I think place to start rather than buying new hardware is maybe trying to diagnose where an issue might be and confirming what you're suspecting, which is, hey, is there an issue with the Wi-Fi signal going, up through the floor or whatever that might be. So, here something like Speedtest is what I would turn to be my friend. There is a Speedtest app on the Apple TV, the Ookla. It's Ookla. Is that how you say it? Ookla? I don't know.
Ookla. I think it's Ookla. Yeah.
Ookla.
Yeah.
So you can download that app on your Apple TV. You can run a test on it. There's a couple different kinds of tests. You can run the test with the Wi-Fi just to see, depending upon what you're expecting, the speed you're paying for. I don't know what kind of connection you have coming into your house or what your Wi-Fi is, but testing that and make sure that you're getting enough speed there. What do we talk about? 25 megabits per second for HD these days for like
that's for Netflix 4K. I believe they say it's 25 megabits a second. I'll confirm that, but yeah.
Yeah, make sure you're at least getting that, and then also I think the speed test also has a video option where it will kind of tell you the maximum resolution it thinks you can get with that, dependent upon the speed of your connection. So you could test that there on your Apple TV, and then also use your phone in other places, probably in the other location, to also test it to see, hey, am I getting a lot slower upstairs versus downstairs? Right? So you can do that kind of location testing and just validate that, hey, am I losing signal to the upstairs? It sounds like the Apple TV's upstairs and the Wi-Fi, I'm assuming access point is downstairs. I have a question regarding that because I had been told for years, and I don't know if this is true, I just took someone's word for it, that with a standard Wi-Fi router with the antennas and stuff like that, that the signal travels better downward than upward. But I don't know if that's true or not. That was just an old wives' tale someone had told me.
That's a good, interesting. It's totally dependent on the antenna design in the access point, right? The router or whatever it is that's broadcasting the Wi-Fi. I know many of them are the opposite, where they go up and out better than down, but something could be built to do differently. I know the Unify access points, they're meant to be ceiling mounted. Right. And so they certainly, prioritize sort of, down and out, not up. But yeah, I mean, it could be anything. I would assume, and maybe there's no good reason to make this assumption, but I will continue to make it because I'm strong in my convictions, strong and wrong, is that something's built to sit on a table would have an antenna array engineered to go up and out so that you're not giving the table the best Wi-Fi experience it could have. Also most internet connections come into a ground floor of a house just because that's how that usually works, a wired internet connection anyway. And so the assumption would be, okay, the router's got to be where the internet connection comes in, and so let's go up and out. But again,
many of the routers have the 4 antennas, so I've always assumed they were conical, and I would put them at different angles to avoid dead spots. It worked for me. It made me feel much better.
Yeah, exactly.